What's up, guys? Welcome to part 3 of Ask Icarus. I've only got a couple questions left, so I'm going to knock those out, and then I'll be recording my first bad trip experience. So, yeah, let's do it. First question is from Giacomo Monco. Hi, my question is, do you prefer to trip during the day or during the night, and which are the differences between tripping during the day or during the night? I like the night, and main reasons are because I feel more connected to the universe. It feels more mystical, more trippy. I love tripping under the stars. It's beautiful. But, I mean, there's other reasons, like, I mean, during the day, I mean, I live in the middle of the city, so, I mean, there's a lot of people you gotta deal with. I like to go out and get fresh air. There's just people and traffic, and I live in the middle of the desert, so it's like 115 degrees right now, and it would just suck, honestly. So, yeah, tripping during the night is my thing, for sure. Evan B0869, have you ever tried hitting some nitrous when you're peaking on shrooms or LSD? I've heard it's a wild but good ride and was wanting to hear your thoughts if so. Thanks. Yeah, man, and I was on both. I took shrooms and acid, and yeah, we bought this box of nitrous before we even started tripping and used them all. But I found one that we didn't use, and I was like peeking like a motherfucker, so I throw it in this fucking cracker and I fill up the balloon and I hit it, dude. It was fucking nuts, bro. Like, the womps, dude, it was so, like, everything was so bouncy, dude, and it just went on forever, man. You're right, it was a wild but good ride, dude, for sure. Kyle MacLean, where did you get the damn fairy drape? From Etsy, Bomisha Clothing. I found it for you, my friend, but I hate to break it to you, they're no longer selling anything on their Etsy. I've seen this same print with the fairies and mushrooms and shit like that, but in different colors. So I'm sure you can still find it, but this color, from what my girlfriend said, was really hard to find. So yeah. Taco Consumer, have you ever done MDMA? Love your videos, man. Pretty much answered that in my other parts. Yeah, I haven't done it in a few years, and I didn't do it often, so I can't say I have a very well formulated opinion on it, but I've been wanting to do it recently, so yeah, I may be able to get that opinion soon. So, Spyro, I've done shrooms a couple of times and fell in love with them, and the next drug I want to do is acid, but I'm scared it'll fuck up my head and mess up my schooling. I'm 17, should I wait for my brain to develop more? Well, I mean, if you're 17, I mean, you're almost there, right? I'm guessing you're in an American school and you're probably a junior or senior, so, I mean, you're right there. You might as well just wait. As far as it fucking up your head, always test your shit, but yeah, don't take any research chemicals. That's my opinion, but, I mean, if you're afraid, then don't do it. Just wait till you're 18. And honestly, that's always going to be my recommendation. Alright, the Raleigh. Sorry, I butchered a lot of your names. I'm sorry. He wants to know, have you ever done Salvia? And if not, are you ever thinking of doing it, and reasons for wanting to do it? I have. Alright, so I've had Salvia, right? But it was like shit you buy at like smoke shops. There's like the whatever X, and then there's like the 400X, and like that's like $86, and that's like 13. Like, I bought the 13 one. And just to try it, like, I don't know, but I tried hitting it, and I just felt odd. Maybe I needed that whatever X shit. But I don't know, like, honestly, I've heard some really fucked up shit about Salvia, like, really fucked up, like, really demonic, like, shit, and I don't know, it's very intimidating to me, because I've heard some really weird things, but, I mean, I'm a psychonaut, so I gotta try it at some point. Maybe I'll try it on fucking camera for you guys, who knows? Hey man, if I don't do drugs, what do you recommend I do first? LSD or mushrooms? And yeah, I want to try DMT after that. LMAO. I mean, another question I kind of answered in another part. I mean, start with psilocybin mushrooms. There's no need to go big. I mean, every man his own, of course. But my recommendation is start with a low dose of mushrooms and work your way up. 1.5 grams, 2 grams, yada yada yada. Move your way up to acid, and when you're real comfortable like altered states and psychedelics, smoke some DMT. Rob Pye wants to know, why do you use psychedelics? Well, the reason I got into psychedelics was curiosity, right? I was not ready for what had happened, right? But the reason I continue to use psychedelics is these tools have been the most beneficial tools for my life. It's changed me in every which way. I feel so much more, you know, I'm making the right decisions. Like, it gives me the strive to push harder and harder and harder and work on myself, and it makes me a better person in my own opinion. So that's why I continue to use psychedelics, and I feel like a lot of people can benefit from psychedelics. So that's why I put myself out there and talk about psychedelics. But yeah, the reason I use them is I use these as tools to better myself as a person, spiritually and mentally, honestly. Alice, do you ever get that loss of touch with reality for longer term? And if you do, how do you deal with it? I mean, are you talking about like if I have a trip and that trip stays with me? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really... It doesn't really bother me to the point I have to deal with it. But I mean, I always just try to take what I learned from my psychedelic experience and integrate it into my life. And take that experience and roll with it and try to better myself with it. But I'm not quite sure I understand that question, so I'm sorry if I didn't give you a good answer, but yeah, sorry. Avon Quay, what do you do on a big day-to-day basis? What do you work as? And do you have children? I have a 3-year-old son, and he's crashed out right now. But yeah, he's my everything, man. I love that kid to death, and he loves me. What I work as, I am a marketer, right? I work at a call center. I'm the guy that, when you get promotions that do not seem real, I'm the one who's answering it and trying to get you to go and do something. I mean, I've been there for 2 years. I can be myself. I can dress trippy. I can wear weed plant-covered hats and, like, be as open as I want. Don't get drug tested. Like, the pay is good. I'm happy. I mean, I'm not going to be doing it for the rest of my life, but... And, I mean, what do I do on a day-to-day basis? I mean, I work 5 days out of the week. I only have Friday and Saturday off, so... I mean, most of my time is, if not spent at work, it's getting to work and then coming back. But, I mean, when I'm in my free time, I do shit like this. I mean, YouTube and hang out with friends and, I mean, get whatever I can get into. Yeah. Finn O'Malley, another age question. How old should you be to trip, and is acid a good psychedelic to start with? As far as, I mean, acid was the first psychedelic I ever took. It was fucking wild. I always recommend mushrooms for first-timers. But, as far as how old, I mean, everyone knows I recommend 18, but every man his own. But, I mean, I feel you should be 18 years old. Just get all the, you know, shit out of the way. Adrian Banulos, do you ever smoke wax or shatter? Hell yeah, bro. Who doesn't, man? I really prefer flower over wax and shatter, though. I love the crushing, rolling, lighting, smoking, other than just like dabbing. And plus, I like to take myself up to that level of highness as opposed to just like smoking and going straight there. But yeah, who doesn't love concentrates, man? They're the shit. BryceMan99, what religion are you? I don't really practice an organized religion. Like, I know I have beliefs in different dimensions and higher powers and stuff, but I think, like, every religion has it right in a sort of sense, but I don't personally practice one. I mean, I don't even know, honestly. Yeah, no comment, I guess? I don't know. Torben Jorg wants to know, man, you have awesome character. Just found your channel and absolutely love every video on it. Thank you. I have a question for your Q&A. What will you do if your son starts doing drugs like alcohol, weed, psychedelics, etc.? And what would you recommend your son if you had to? Please keep up the great videos. Well, I mean, as you guys already know, I'm not big on people doing drugs under the age of 18. So if he's doing substances, I would hope he's of mature age and out of my house. I mean, honestly. I mean, I don't know. That's a really good question. What would I do if I found it? I mean, you want to trip? I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, what would I recommend my son if I had to? If I had to be recommending drugs to my son, I would be guessing he would be sick or something. So I would be giving him cannabis oil or marijuana, like medical marijuana, at a much older stage. I mean, my son's 3, so I mean, this thought is really weird to me. But I don't know. I mean, I would hope he's of mature age. I'm, by all means, not going to... I mean, it's very hypocritical, but I mean, I can safely say I didn't even do drugs until after I was 18. So I'm going to be and I want to have that relationship with my son where he can come up to me with anything. Like, he doesn't have to hide that. I shouldn't have to find out he's doing these, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I had to hide a lot of things from my parents because I was so afraid of getting in trouble growing up, and I don't want to have that relationship with my son. I want him to come up to me with anything and not be afraid, so... Yeah. And... wow, this one's written, so it's really... Chemic Grant. So I'm your average 16-year-old stoner wannabe hippie, and I'm really interested in psychedelics and having all those eye-opening experiences that they bring. But I'm so confused about how time works when you're tripping. Like you said, time just isn't there. I don't want to be tripping for what feels like millions of years. Can you please explain more of that? Is it anything like when you're super stoned and feel like you're dreaming, or what? Boggles my mind, and I'm terrified of having a bad trip and being stuck in a nightmare for what feels like eternity. Love your vids, man. And what is a more spiritual trip, LSD or shrooms? Well, I mean, damn, what a question, bro. How does time work when you're tripping? Well, I mean, it just depends on what you're on. I mean, DMT, time does not exist, man. Time doesn't exist. With LSD and mushrooms, it's just much more slowed down. Like, you'll think it's been an hour and it's been 15 minutes. Then there's the time loop, right, where you just feel like you're doing the same fucking thing over and over. I remember the first time loop I was stuck in was we ordered pizza. It was when I talked about that on my first LSD trip. We ordered pizza, and then we lost our sense of time. So we thought it was like 2 hours later, and we're just like, it was like fucking 10, 15, 20 minutes. And we're just like, where's this fucking pizza? Where's this pizza, man? Where's the pizza, man? Like, we were just walking around saying that same shit. Oh, we're just tripping nuts. But I mean, as far as it being like super stoned, I mean, or feel like you're dreaming, it's kind of a mixture of both. Like, your body's relaxed, you feel like you're in a dream state, everything's kind of moving and warping and doing the craziness, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as a more spiritual trip, I mean, shrooms are more natural, but, I mean, they're both consciousness-expanding properties. Like, I don't really think one is more than the other. It just depends on how you're using it. So, yeah. We're done with the Q&A! Holy shit. So, yeah, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you to everyone that participated. That was so many fucking questions. Like, literally, if I would have done this in one take, this probably would have took, like, easily an hour and 10 minutes. So, you guys are awesome. I love the fact that I have participation in this channel. You guys are the shit. Peace, love, and smoke DMT.